think all of us are heavily invested in Olivia Benson and Elliot Stabler and where the trajectory of their relationship will go from here. I mean, this is an outstanding beginning to an amazing season for SVU, which started season 23, and Organized Crime, which is in the second season. And this past Thursday night, both of the shows did absolutely amazing in the ratings. They beat out ABC's block of Grey's Anatomy and their programming, and they came in Thursday night at #1. But I think what we all want to know is what we all wanted to really know, not how the ratings was doing, but even though that's always a good thing to know that one of your favorite shows is coming in at #1, keep it going, keep the momentum going. But what we really wanted to know was what was in the letter. I'm talking about the letter that Stabler gave to Benson late last season in, I think it was Organized Crime or SVU, one of the episodes, because they had like a bunch of crossover episodes. But what was in the letter? That's what we wanted to know. And even though we might not have necessarily got the outcome that we all wanted, because I wanted to see some kind of embrace, some kind of connection, romantically a little bit. I'm not saying that they should have took it very, very far, but I wanted to see some kind of special, intimate connection between Elliot and Olivia. But what we found out was in the letter was that Elliot's wife, before she died, she actually, wrote the letter, and she basically, the premise of the letter was that she wanted to let Elliot give Olivia the letter to let her know that anything or any kind of connection that they might have thought was special, any kind of affection that they might have had that went beyond them just being partners, was non-existent. Basically, it was just a business relationship. And Elliot pretty much, just totally debunked that whole letter that, his wife had wrote. And he put in there, at the end of the letter, he told Olivia, as he was drugged, you have to watch the whole episode, but it was a very good episode, but he actually came over to Olivia's house because he was drugged. He's undercover currently right now, and he was at a party and he was drugged. So he was stumbling throughout the streets of Manhattan and New York City, and he found his way to Olivia's house in the middle of the night. And he actually told her that his wife wrote the letter, but he wrote a little small sentence at the end of the letter that stated that him and Olivia will always be together in a parallel world and in a parallel universe. And I know you probably like, what does that mean? We want to see them together in reality, in real time, in the real universe. And that's the same thing I said. They left a lot of questions coming from this episode. It was amazing. It was an amazing episode. I think the momentum that the newfound resurgence and the newfound success that SVU has been experiencing over the last couple of episodes, and really going back to late last season, is because Chris Minoli's character, Elliot Stabler, is back into the fold, and they're having like a lot of crossover episodes. So this is becoming one of the newfound reasons why Special Victims Unit, Law and Order, SVU, is having so much newfound success, because we've all been waiting for Stabler to come back for over a decade, and we're getting him back now, putting in there the plot twist of him and Olivia possibly setting the stage for them to get together and have somewhat of an emotional connection, a romantic connection maybe. So we're all heavily, and we've all, anybody that's watched Law and Order over the past 20 years, we've all been heavily invested in that and in their relationship. So even though the letter was very vague, it still touched upon the fact that Elliot does have feelings for Olivia, as he was getting ready to pass out and she was holding him up. He was getting ready to touch her face, and they were getting ready, you thought, to embrace or have somewhat of a heartfelt moment. They eventually cut away, and Elliot ended up in his sergeant's apartment the next morning. So Benson got him to her place. And so this is very complicated. You have to be watching the show in order to follow me, understand what I'm saying. But we're all heavily invested in this situation, in this relationship that they have together. A lot of people don't want to see the characters of Olivia Benson and Elliot Stabler get together and somewhat come together as a romantic or have this special kind of relationship. I don't know if you want to call it a romantic relationship or just a relationship that goes beyond just being longtime partners and having that longtime bond as partners. But a lot of people don't want to see it. You know, me personally, I could go either way. I won't be mad if they make it happen, but I would kind of love to see that happen and see them finally have their moment of embrace and their moment of ubiquity. I would love to see that. A lot of people don't want to see it. I could go either way. And if they don't do it, I wouldn't be mad because I understand that their bond goes beyond just being romantic or just being partners on the job. They truly have a connection that's just really beyond, it's indescribable, you know, and the tension between them is always there. And it's been there, but on the same wavelength, the tension that they have, you know, the love that they have for each other is still there. So it goes, their feelings goes without saying. So it's definitely a complicated relationship, but you know, I could go either way. I'm here for whatever you guys want to do at Law and Order in the writer's room, Dick Wolf. If you want to have them hook up, I would like that. But if you don't want to have them hook up, I respect that and I understand from a story standpoint. And also, if you think about it, if they were to get together from at some point with a romantic, if you go with that angle down that path, where would their relationship go from there? You know, it would be kind of weird to see them, you know, be in somewhat of a romantic relationship from here on out. Like, where would that storyline go? Stabler is going to be Stabler, you know, Elliot is going to be Elliot, and then Olivia Benson, you know, she's going to be Olivia, and they're two different kind of people and personalities, but at the same time, they just mesh so well with each other. So this is going to be very interesting to see. But I tell you what, I will be tuned in every Thursday night to SVU and Law and Order Organized Crime, which is an amazing show. I mean, the show has really a diverse cast. I mean, the show is exceptional. The show actually kind of, and I've said this previously in videos before, if you're familiar with the Stars show Power that used to be on, and it's still on, but it's in a different incarnation of the show, it kind of reminds me of the older version of the TV show Power with Omari Hardwick. The way it has like a little certain kind of tone to it actually and feel to it. Totally complete different shows and totally complete different premises about what they're talking about. But Law and Order Organized Crime has that edgier feel to it that reminds me, gives me like a little hint of the kind of reminiscent of the TV show Power. And the story and the plot lines and the villains in the show are really, really good. Whether it was the villain Richard Wheatley, who is and was exceptional last season, and he's going to be making an appearance some more this season, or whether it's the new crime family that they have, I think that they are really exceptional. A bunch of great actors. This is AP, of course. Feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace, blessings, one love.